Have you ever wondered why?
When?
How much?
What if?
Well, you're in luck, because you're listening to the Hypotheticast.
3 best buds.
On a mission.
To ask all the questions?
And get all the answers.
I was born with both guns blazing, and I do think I'm amazing. You got the dignity to feel a little about yourself. I don't care what your preacher says. I got my own vicious ways. Only got one commandment and it goes, I'm killing it. I'm killing it. I'm killing it.
Hi.
Hey, David.
Hey, Emily.
Hi, Mike.
Oh, hey.
Oh, we did the circle.
That was cute.
That was nice.
This is the Hypotheticast?
It is.
Did you watch The Circle? That was like the one where they're all on social media and whatever and like dating.
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Emma Watson was in it. Was it based on?
No.
Whoa. There was a Dave Eggers book called The Circle, but you're talking about the reality show.
The reality TV
no, I didn't.
show.
I went the
didn't
Love is
watch
Blind
that.
direction. There was like a fork in the road, and one was Love is Blind,
Yeah.
and one was Circle. And
I went for 90s reruns of The Bachelor. That was the route I went.
There's
I
a
don't think that
movie
show was
called
around in the 90s.
Circle.
No, I watched the pilot tapes.
There's this movie called Circle that I really like.
Yeah.
That is about there's
Just
100
circle.
people in a room, and then every minute one of them dies, and
Whoa.
they figure out that like they can all vote on who it will be.
Holy shit.
And so the entire movie is just them deciding like who's gonna die next,
That's
and
amazing.
how what qualifies someone to die or not
every
die.
minute.
Every minute. Of
Is it
the
a 100
movie.
minute movie?
It's
Who
a
even
little over
cares
100
then?
minutes.
Real
Like,
time? That's
they're all gonna
amazing.
die within 100 minutes.
They somehow hypothesize or figure out
They're
that,
like maybe
that the
the
last
last
person
one,
alive
yeah.
will. Well, actually, they also are like they don't really know. None of them know how they
Yeah,
got there or what's
right.
going
Sure.
on. So they're like
Wow.
they think they think they might be able to
that
get
sounds
away.
wild.
I know. I want
It
to watch
is-
that.
it is
Don't tell me any more about it because I
I
legitimately
actually do
wanna watch
rarely
that.
recommend it. It's,
Wow.
Okay.
it does. I mean, it's obviously a very specific premise, but I think it does the best that you can do with that premise.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's what I thought of, and I was
Wow.
like, "Yeah, I've seen the
Yeah, I've
Circle."
seen
So that's what we're
Circle.
doing today. We're voting on which
right.
one of us will live.
Vote for me. That would be tough. I don't know which one of you I'd vote for.
To live or to die?
To die, I think.
Oh my God, David.
I mean, I'd die first for
Emily
sure.
has a child,
Like
so
we've established on the show multiple episodes that Mike and I have way less to lose than Emily.
Yeah.
So I think
Oh,
honestly,
man.
I would be the person in the circle that would just be like, me, baby, I'm good. I'm going to die in a certain amount of minutes anyway. There's no way I'm the coolest person here. Get rid of me right now.
Aw.
Like, get me out of this stressful situation.
Okay, well, I would spend the rest of my life keeping
Avenging
your
me.
memories alive.
Oh, thank you.
wait, am I dying too?
No, just me. It turns out that once one of us dies, it actually cancels, and then you don't have to die.
God.
It was a trick. It was like a Saw game with Jigsaw in it, and he said,
So fun.
He has the funnest games.
So fun.
I love that guy. Well, speaking of fun,
Yeah.
this is a podcast about mostly fun, and we're going to play a game today like we do every week, but it's going to be a new one that we've never done before. And variety is fun. Some might say it's the spice of life. I have, and I will. This game is called If We Were Soldiers Once and Young.
Mm.
And you might be thinking, is this game based on Mel Gibson?
I hope not.
And the answer is a big fat no.
Okay,
this
good.
game, if anything, is taking a strictly anti-Mel Gibson stance. Not
Great.
me, but this game is. This game is against Mel Gibson and
Okay.
everything he stands for.
Okay.
This game is about all the professions in the world. There's so many things you could be. I thought about a lot of them. When I was little, I wanted to be a football player. And I knew I could be if I tried hard enough. And then I realized at a certain point that I didn't want to try hard enough. And so I said, nah, I'll just be a retail employee. And that's what 12-year-old David decided to be. And I'm living my dream now, baby.
Nice.
But, there's a lot out there that we could become or have become or would. And so since this is the Hypotheticast, figure we jump into a little imagination station wagon and take a drive down occupation lane and find out maybe, let's see what we might be if we had a different course of life. So I'm going to set the table.
Are you gonna make that noise?
Honk, honk.
Like the dream noise? Like
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay, now
Cool.
we did it. Do you want me to do any other noises? Do you have any other requests?
Not
I'm
right,
here all night. I can play as
not
many
at this time.
Okay, let me know. Like, I'm open to it.
Okay.
And now this episode or any time in the future, if you just want me to make a noise, I will.
Okay.
Wow.
Good.
Not even on the show. Anyway,
I'm ready.
You're wanting it too much, David.
Please,
So
Mike.
the first category is
Please,
Foley
Mike.
artist.
Noise person. So I'm going to start with one that everybody thinks of as like a classic job. Doctor.
Doctor.
Yep.
If we were doctors, what kind of doctors would we be?
I think sports medicine.
Ooh, you would help the sports people
you
go
could meet the
fast and be
jocks?
strong.
So I think they just make a lot of money.
Okay.
Unlike all those other doctors.
Yeah, those poor doctors. Well, I mean, there probably are doctors that work in conditions where they don't make as much money. For the most part, I think they do okay. It seems like they do pretty good.
See, I have thought about going into the medical profession.
Oh,
Not doctor because
it's a big one.
it's a long path.
big path.
And
like
I
30
thought, but I
years.
did think about like nursing or something
Sure.
like that. But
It's important.
to me, like, I'm trying to think of a kind of doctor where someone's life is not in your hands.
Yeah.
Because like,
spin doctor.
a spin doctor, we're just going to change it up. Doctor Who.
Ooh, there you go. You can be
Dr.
him.
Doolittle.
Oh, you could talk to animal. Oh shit! If that was actually an option, I would be him for
I'm just
sure.
thinking, this is just choosing famous doctors to be.
Is he a vet?
yeah,
Dr.
he's definitely
Doolittle,
a vet.
yeah.
He's a vet.
Yeah, he's a vet.
And then he
But
goes,
can
but
talk
then
to them,
somebody
so he's
does
a
go
really
on
good
like
doctor.
adventures. Like,
Yeah, he always goes to some exotic place where an animal is sad for some reason, and it's like ruining the countryside, and he has to like talk to the rhino that's stampeding over everybody's
Wow.
sheep
I
and
know
be like,
nothing
"Hey."
about Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah,
I don't think
the-
I've ever seen one of the movies.
The movies with Eddie Murphy in them are bad, and the movie with Robert Downey Jr. in it is also bad. But the books are okay and kind of fun.
Okay.
okay, I think this is something, as we're thinking about doctor,
Yeah.
we should, how on a scale, like on a Patch Adams scale, like how close to or away from are you to Patch Adams?
Sure.
I think you know the answer to mine, which is like pretty close.
You are
Yeah.
Patch
I am
Adams.
him. I am him. I don't think I am him because I am an emotionally sensitive person to like the vibe of a room, and if someone is not enjoying the thing that
The
I am
clown
doing,
time?
yeah, exactly. If someone responds negatively to clown time, I will tone down clown time, and because I don't want to do something someone's not into.
Sure.
And so I think I would be the kind of person that could be a 10 on the Patch Adams scale. But I could also just be like, hey, how's it going? Like, I just want to be, I would probably try too hard though to make them comfortable. That would be like my fatal flaw. Is I'd be like, oh, like, how are you doing? Like, are you okay? Like, is this fine? And I would be very explicit about like, I'm going to touch you here now. Is that okay? Like, I'm going to do
That's
this.
a
And
good
that would
thing
be
for a
good.
doctor to do.
But
Yeah.
also I think I would be a little too worried about them being okay to the point that might make them uncomfortable. I'm not saying too much consent is bad, but I am saying that like, they could probably get the vibe that I was trying to make sure they had a good experience, and maybe I'd be trying a little bit too hard. I think that would be my thing.
Obviously, being a doctor would be tough for me because I don't love medical stuff in general.
Right. True.
So that would be tough. For a second, I thought about being an anesthesiologist.
What would that be? I don't know. What does that mean?
That's the person who comes in and gives medicine that anesthetizes.
Oh, like
someone.
numbs you.
No, you're right. The reason I'm shaking my head is I was actually just reading a Reddit thread about like what's something that seems fine but is actually really dangerous, and someone brought up anesthesiology.
What?
And
Right. Well, so this is how my brain went. My brain
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
Of heard that they make a F ton of money.
yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah.
So I was like, that'd be cool. And then I was like, also you kind of get to miss out on like the messy parts. Like
True. You come in, you numb, you leave.
right. Like I didn't even see the anesthesiologist who gave me my my epidural.
Whoa.
I was like dying. And then I heard this like male voice be like, hello, I am Dr. blah, blah, blah. And we're going to administer this epidural. And then he did it. And then like he
Done.
left.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's cool.
He was
Like,
dressed as a clown. Did you know that?
He had big shoes.
No one ever sees him.
but I also know that a mistake in that area is very bad. And like, for
scary.
example, my mother is incredibly sensitive to anesthesia. And one time she went under and like stopped breathing.
Whoa.
So they
scary.
they had to like resuscitate her.
Jeez.
So
So a
That
lot
could
of
be scary.
pressure.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So then I went to dermatologist. A friend of mine is a dermatologist, and I just found out my cousin is going to become one. And yeah, I feel like, obviously there's like skin cancer, which is serious.
True. Good take on skin cancer.
But it's mostly you being like, hey, this is a thing and we need to treat it now.
Right.
Like you're identifying it and probably not usually being like, this is the end for you. Like usually
also
I think
skin
cancer is like, okay, this is what's happening. This is how we're going to move forward.
And then you referred him to a different doctor.
Yes.
Like a dermatologist doesn't do skin cancer treatment.
I don't think so.
I don't think, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either. So maybe that.
Yeah, that could be fun. And you could give it,
I mean, look at gross rashes.
Oh yeah, every dang
lot
day.
of skin.
But the nice thing about that, are we playing the good, the bad, and the answer? The bad thing about being a dermatologist, gross zits. The good thing is it's almost always something that you can be like, that sure is a rash.
Yes.
Here's an ointment.
Yes.
Like it's at least a physical
I think that's another thing. I've gotten super obsessed with skincare. If you follow my Instagram, you see that I've posted about it more than I should.
Yeah.
It was my pandemic hobby and I'm still really into it. And like, there is so much that can be done. And I actually really think maybe I would specialize in teenage skin problems because I was that teenager. And I feel like all of the adults in my life were like too embarrassed about, or like didn't want to make me feel embarrassed. So they didn't really do anything about it. And I feel like dermatology at the time was really, it was kind of like, well, you can take this super intense medicine that's going to like F everything up for you for like 6 months, but then it might get better.
Yeah.
Like there just weren't a lot of approachable options. And there are so many things that can be done. Even just like go to Target and get some things that can really, really help.
Love that.
I would love to help that be something that people aren't so ashamed about.
Yeah, that'd be
So
be
you go.
affirming.
I'd be
That'd
the cool derm.
Yeah, you'd be the cool derm. God, that could be the sign of your little office that says cool derm.
And I'd make fun TikToks.
Of course you
I
would.
think I would like to be the one that
Zit
gets
talks.
into the tiny submarine that gets injected into someone. And then you go around their
sure.
body.
Dude, hell yeah, like Dr.
That's-
Frizzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not Magic School Bus. This is real medical.
Osmosis
science.
Jones.
Yeah. Osmosis Jones.
Real
please.
medical stuff, not like magic school. friends.
Yeah. So
Yes.
that's my choice. I would
That's
like
really
to
good,
go inside
actually.
the human body.
Would
Like
you have a
into
crew,
tiny
or would it
submersible.
just be you?
Would I have a crew?
Or would you just be like James Cameron?
I would have a crew that I recruit from tiny anthropomorphic body cells in the person's body.
like Mr. White Blood
They
Cell.
would join
He'd like fight.
my crew.
And then
yeah,
like
yeah,
Mrs.
yeah.
Antibody would like stab some viruses or something. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man. Wow. I love that.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
That'd be
my
great.
Do
choice.
you have anything else to say about your doctor
No,
self?
I think I would want to be the doctor that's actually in charge of injecting Mike into people because that just sounds so much fun, and I want to see the videos that he makes from it.
Cute.
Although I assume they'd be publicized
Would
eventually.
you guys
'cause,
be on like headphones, talk to each other?
definitely. I'd be like the dispatcher.
Yeah.
Be like, looks like they're having a reaction in their foot. Why don't you head down there and check it out?
Yeah, that'd be tricky
Kids
to
could
get
have
down to their
some
foot.
witty
Yeah, how would you
repartee.
get down to their foot? That's a whole episode of the TV show.
Yeah,
Man, that's
this
great.
is real medical science. It's a reality TV show.
It is a reality TV show.
But I would be stuck in their body.
Every
We wouldn't know how to get out.
One time.
I'd have to sleep
it's a
in
one-way
there.
injection. You go in there and that's it. That's it. You can live there now. And you can help them, but like that's it. It's kind of like the Truman Show where like they're a test experiment forever. Like they don't get away from this reality, but they will have very good medical care.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. Okay, let's switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
Let's go with bartender.
Bartender.
What kind of bartender would you be?
I think I would dress as a vampire.
Yes, good.
Like even if it wasn't a
Blood
themed
bar,
bar, I
yeah.
would just be like the vampire bartender.
Like at a dive. You're
Yeah,
just driving
yeah.
through rural Iowa.
Yeah.
You pull up, Miller Lite signs, you go in, and there's just a Dracula behind
Yeah,
you.
Would
and
you
like-
wear things?
Yeah, I would wear plastic fangs and
Yep.
the cape and like a nice like kind of suit.
Mm-hmm.
But
Good.
like I wouldn't do an accent. I would just be otherwise an average bartender.
That's scary. It's threatening. That's a threatening aura is what that is.
Is that threatening? If I had plastic fangs.
Like, it's not like this person's going to kill me, but it is like, what are they doing? Like, it's kind of like this person might be unhinged in a way that I don't expect. But the thing is, I
would still be like me.
Yeah.
So like, if people, and I think if somebody said like, hey, like what's with the vampire costume? I'd be like, oh, it's for fun. Like I would just say like it's for fun.
That's
for fun,
and I wouldn't talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm not hiding it. Like I know it's there, but I'm just like it's not to
fun.
like. I'm just like it's fun.
I love it because the part of it that like would make it less threatening, honestly, is if you were in character. Then it would be like, oh, that's a way to actually make the job more fun. But the fact that it's just like this person just wants to dress like Dracula, I guess, which harms no one and is fun.
Yeah,
just feels like. What's going on?
Yeah.
Which is okay and is not my business, and it's for fun, so it's okay. And you'd be you, so you'd be fine.
I just
think
I'd
be spooky.
Like that would improve any bar.
I agree.
If there was just like a random bartender who was just always dressed as a vampire.
I think I would, if I came to that bar frequently, I would start dressing as Dracula too.
You could dress as.
It wouldn't be a themed bar, but I feel like it would become one.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder
you
if
would change the culture.
If by my example, I could just change it.
Become the vampire bar.
Be the vampire bar you want to see in the world.
Exactly. That's perfect.
So I think, obviously I haven't thought about this much, but I think I'm leaning towards fancy hotel bar.
Oh yeah, okay. Like The Shining.
And that I would be that sort of neutral space that like was very easy for people to open up to, but because it would be like a hotel, it's not going to have regulars. It's not going to get super crowded and like overwhelming.
True. Yeah, often it will be pretty dead.
Right.
And you'll be able to have kind of long conversations with the guests that are from everywhere.
From everywhere. And like, if they're going to a hotel bar alone, like, you know, they probably just like kind of need to get out of the room and need to chat. And I would have that like quality that I feel like people talk about bartenders having, where you just kind of like, people just like open up to you.
Yeah.
And it would be fancy, and I'd be really good at making like classic, like people would ask for like classic cocktails and then they'd be like, this is the best dry martini I've ever had.
You'd get to know a lot of gossip.
Yeah.
Especially if it was like a rich hotel.
Oh yeah. It's like super rich
You'd hear
hotel.
it all.
Yeah.
I know. And then, so like, obviously it would be cool to get to know the people that came down alone that would talk to me, but it would also be so fun to be in, you know, behind my like dimly lit pretty bar. It's like probably like kind of hushed, kind of quiet. There's like a little piano music playing, maybe some light jazz, but then like people who are coming down, like I can just sort of watch and observe, you know, not obviously, but discreetly. And, you know, like I bet there's so many interesting conversations that happen at hotel bars.
Oh my goodness.
Definitely.
So many.
Definitely.
Yeah. Having been to only a couple in my life, they were always a little different than any other bar. Just a little bit more hushed, like you said.
Yeah.
Definitely not usually wild. I'm sure there are some hotels in the world where like the bar gets kind of like off the chain, but for the most part, they're like kind of chill and people are just looking to relax after a long flight or a long day or whatever the case is. That sounds great.
What would be your strategy for dealing with like business assholes that come into your bar? Because I feel like that's going to happen.
Hey, sweetie. What's up?
Like not even assholes to you, but like maybe you witness them being an asshole to someone else, or
you can just tell.
Generally,
so I don't really know
how
I would create this persona because I don't currently have it, but I would want to be like that character who, again, with that kind of like neutrality, that kind of like super approachable, but that I can like turn on a dime. I'm thinking like Carey Mulligan's vibe in Promising Young Woman when she breaks her pretending to be drunk.
Sure. And just says,
like when she's like, listen, asshole.
Yeah.
Like, so that I could like drop into that. And it's like so present and so like clear. It's not like I'm not emotional, because I feel like if you get emotional with it, they're gonna be like, geez, what's your problem? But if I'm just like, listen, fucker, you're gonna need to leave.
Wrong, incorrect, leave.
Right. And then they would just be like, and then leave. And then also maybe there's like a big guy who works at the front desk of the hotel.
You just have a gun.
Could be like, Jim,
that would be me. I'd be that guy.
Oh my
you just keep
I'm
a
the
gun under
bartender
the bar
that just has a shotgun, and I pull it out for every customer. And I'm like, what do you want?
And then they say,
they're
thank you, and they
thank you, and they
leave.
leave. And their hiccups have been cured. I'm the bartender in a dark story. That's who I am. I just do really confusing shit, hoping someone will write a dark story about me someday.
No, for real, David, I want to know more about you as a bartender.
I think I would be similar, but I would be I would be in a busy bar.
Would you want to be in a fancy hotel bar?
No, I think I would be good in a middle of the road, not the diviest, but somewhere that had a lot of relaxed vibes to it. And I think I would want to. I'm the sort of person, having worked retail for a while, I know that my vibe makes people want to talk to me and tell me things. And I am usually empathetic and sympathetic to what they have to say, and I think that's fun. And if that was my job, instead of, no, I need to get back to work, it would actually be kind of cool to just be like, I'm kind of your therapist in a really informal way, in a way that you shouldn't actually trust and I'm not trained in. But I'll listen to you. Actually, I'll listen to your stuff.
I feel like you'd be a good bartender. And what you're describing is not...
No, it's pretty common for a bartender.
It's like pretty accessible to you.
No, and I think I could.
Yeah.
Like the only difference is that I don't want to work in the food industry because like every single restaurant should be burned to the ground. But like beyond that, it would be a good job for me and I'd be pretty good at it. I actually had somebody a couple days ago say, did you used to be a bartender? Because I was like intaking them to sell books to us. And I was like, no, I don't know. I'm just nice.
It's because you mix drinks behind the book counter.
Yeah, it is because I took a shot of vodka and then I gave them a line.
Shaker in the air.
Yeah.
I think you would also need to get a bunch of very bizarre tattoos.
True, talking points.
Like sleeves so that people could be like, is that a Care Bear? And like, you know, they'd just be like,
no, it's strawberry shortcake. It would be a twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I would get a lot of Care Bear tattoos.
Yeah.
But I think I would generally just be like what you expect from like a classic Cheers bartender. Pretty basic, but definitely something that I think I could thrive in, and I think
you'd
people
also
would enjoy.
For sure get called Dave. So you might
I'd
need
have to change
accept
my name
that.
to Dave.
Yeah, okay.
My name would be Dave.
You would
I would
become Dave.
strike David from the record. Dave would be me. Yeah.
Oh.
Let's do another one though.
Okay.
What if you were a person that did the shows at SeaWorld with the otters and the whales and like paraded the canimals through and like kind of like a circus performer? But at
what is happening in this? The parade of animals? I can't remember this happening at SeaWorld.
I've never been to SeaWorld, to be fair. What I mean is you're an animal shower at SeaWorld.
Okay.
When you're like, here's Sparky, the little otter, and he's going to come do some tricks. But it's very humane and they want to, and they're not being abused.
So then it's not SeaWorld.
So it's not SeaWorld.
I was going to say, I'm the kind that lets them free at night.
I mean, hell yeah.
I think
like
SeaWorld
this could
is
be
like
a fast
dying.
one and we could say we liberate them and then we move to the next one.
Or I would just be the person that like tells hard truths to the audience
you could
about
be like,
it.
Hey, look, this killer whale just jumped through this
animal
hoop.
is clinically depressed.
Right. They only swim around in a circle like that when they hate their lives. Thanks for coming. Yeah. Is there a way that happens that's like cool? Like someone that works at a zoo that like brings out a snake or something. You know what I mean?
I think
like,
if they
what's
do,
a good, like,
I think it's better if they incorporate like magic tricks into it.
Okay, yeah.
That makes it okay.
Yeah. What about like someone that works, here we go, someone that works at the Raptor Center? Because I know them and I know that they actually do cool stuff. So there's a place in Minnesota, for those of you that don't know, that's called the Raptor Center. Yeah. And they bring out birds to events. They've been to Convergence. They go to like people's birthday parties and stuff. And they'll bring like a hawk or something. And they'll have it fly around and land on their arm. Or they'll bring like they'll bring birds that they're releasing that day back into the wild. And they'll say like, okay, I'm going to teach you about these birds and do that. But you're right, Mike. They often have some kind of a show associated with it.
Yeah.
So what kind of thing would you do to really make that event exciting?
So we're moving out of SeaWorld.
Yeah, SeaWorld fucking sucks.
Okay, that's
good. So we went to SeaWorld and we all were the kind that either told hard truths or just set the animals free at night.
Okay.
And now we're going to the Raptor Center in Minnesota where we're just showing some birds that we're rehabbing to eventually go back into the wild.
I think I would do like 18 plus shows. Not like dirty, but like, you know how they do like adult night at the Science Museum?
Okay.
Like I would do like adult night at the Raptor Center. Ooh. And then so people get really drunk and then eagles would like steal their wallets and stuff.
Be like, wait, what's that guy in the Dickens thing that has all his little cronies steal for him? And then Oliver Twist, what's his name?
Yeah,
Oh
weirdo.
man, what's that dude's name?
I don't know.
But yeah, you'd be him. You'd be the guy that just has a bunch of little eagles steal for you.
Yeah, that's what my main thing would be, is having them steal. So no one gets hurt. Innocent crime. Amazing. Victimless crime, except for the people that came to an 18 plus Raptor night. I feel like if you're coming to 18 plus Raptor night, that seems like an issue.
Like you could probably have your whole wallet stolen and be okay. Like I'm generalizing maybe, but I feel like you're right. If you're coming to that, you're financially secure enough to lose your wallet once.
90% of the money goes to the Raptors.
Yeah, too. And it goes back. It's for Raptors by Raptors. They take it.
There's 10% for me.
They're you get some for being the handler, but just I would also
I would sleep with them, the Raptors.
Oh.
Like where they are.
That seems like a really weird thing to say.
In their nests.
Wow.
Yeah.
In their nests.
Like I want to know them.
But do you think you would fit?
They make big nests. Have you seen them?
You want to know them?
How are you going to get to know them if you're not staying with them?
I don't know. You can interact with them outside of their beds.
No.
I know a lot of people that I've never slept with.
Jane Goodall lived with the gorillas.
She did sleep with them.
Gorillas are different.
Gorillas are not raptors.
The gorillas are human-like.
Raptors are
in many ways
smart.
They are pretty smart. True.
You know, maybe if we gave them a chance.
Yeah, maybe if we slept with them more, Emily, we'd learn. What would you do?
I have a question.
I feel like you're saying that in a dirty way.
What is the definition?
I didn't mean to have sex.
What is the definition of a raptor?
Dinosaur with big claw.
It's like a predator bird.
A predator.
So like a hawk or eagle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Condor.
Yeah, condor. You could sleep with them. They have big nests.
I don't know. Could I just have like a witch show?
Definitely.
Could I just be a witch?
Yeah.
So you're a witch and you
with hawks.
Is this like the one? Wait, hold on. Is this like the one that you did when you were like a naked witch and that was your scandalous thing that you did? Is it
bringing that character back?
Yeah.
Wait, describe a little bit of this witch raptor show.
Well, I was mainly just thinking so actually when David started talking about this category of jobs, the first thing that I thought about was the herpetological petting zoo at the Ren Fest.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right, that's one that I considered.
I would like to have snakes and to like lizards and be like, this is what they do. See, they're not evil.
You could probably you could incorporate those.
Okay, I would like that.
Yeah, you could do all three.
But then I also just kind of like the idea of like medieval or like kind of fantastical character with those types of animals.
Mm-hmm. Fun.
So
you'd be a character, like you do.
Like a witch character.
I've traveled through time to
who,
bring you these birds.
Has a bunch of birds and like I have names for them and I like pretend like I'm having conversations with them and then I also teach kids about birds. Right.
You teach them some facts, but you also have fun with their imaginations because it is not the 18 plus version. That's Mike's bag.
Yep, exactly.
And by bag, I mean bag with a money sign on it with a bunch of rich people's wallets inside it.
Yep.
It changes at 6 p.m. and all the drunkos come in and they start laughing about eagles. That's
David,
amazing.
what's your raptor show?
I do the morning one, and my raptor show is waking people up.
Like a morning DJ?
Yeah, it's like a shock jock radio. Hey, what's up? And there's like a hawk call, and that's the only.
So it's just a radio show?
Yeah, it's just a radio show.
Let's hear what the raptors are doing.
They're there, but you
they're
know,
in the studio with us, and we talk to them every day.
They have little headphones on.
Yeah, they listen. Yeah, I think what I would mostly be excited about is the teaching part of it. Because that's always what I like to be completely like not actually that fun and just genuine. That's what I loved about any of those things was like seeing it. It's like a zoo. You see an animal and you learn a thing about the animal rather than just like watching a squirrel run past you and being like, whoa, there it went. You actually have like a cool guy that's there to be like, check out this bird. Like this bird does wild shit. I would definitely want to, I don't know if crows count as raptors. I don't think they do.
No, I don't.
But I would really like to, I would probably be the one petitioning the Raptor Center to expand and include ravens and crows so that I could teach people about them and become friends with them because that would be my true passion. I think maybe I'd be a specialist in the blackbird zone because that I would really like to get into.
What's the difference between a crow and a raven?
Is
Crow
how
boy.
strong they are.
Ravens are bigger.
Yeah, and they have some different tufts on their beaks. Their beaks are a little bit different shapes.
Cute.
Not a lot though. And I say that as completely not an expert. I'm sure there are many significant differences. But
No, here's what I want. I want you to go be the teacher, but to not learn anything more.
Yeah.
So I guess this one, his claw's kind of weird, right?
Yeah,
so
hey.
it's probably a raven.
do you think maybe this is the difference between them? Like, what do we think? What do we think is the difference?
You're hired right now.
I'm just doing research about the difference.
You're
between
looking on
ravens
your
and
phone.
crows. I also think that there would be a good chance that I would try to write some tunes. I wouldn't want to sing them. I wouldn't want to be that kid's guy to like sing on an acoustic guitar cool songs about crows, but I would like to be the backup band for someone that would sing those fun songs.
Nice.
Because I love a fun song about an animal, an educational song. It's real good.
Yeah, nice.
My head was just flooded with so many songs about animals written for children.
Yeah,
because-
right. They're everywhere.
You playing
There's a
some
lot.
at your place?
Yeah.
What are some faves?
Yeah, what's a good one? Tell me
We
one.
Are the Dinosaurs is number one.
Classic.
All time.
Who sings
Is that from We're Back?
The Laurie Berkner Band.
Oh, I think you told me about
We Are the Dinosaurs, Marching, Marching. We Are the Dinosaurs, We Make the Earth Flat, which feels like a questionable claim.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
We make
Wait a
the
minute.
Earth flat.
What?
I mean, they're stomping.
Yes, because they're stomping.
Oh, we make
Not like the
small
whole Earth.
sections of the
but
earth.
like, are they flat earthers? Like, it just feels
That's amazing.
What are we teaching
like a
kids
strange
with that
claim.
one? Yeah.
But yeah.
Kids, watch out for the chemtrails in the sky.
Doesn't sound like it rhymes with another part of the
We make the
song.
earth
We
flat.
are the dinosaurs. We make the earth flat. We make the earth flat. It doesn't really. And then they stop and eat their food when they're in the mood. We stop and eat our food on the ground.
And then the government surveils you with the GMOs in the food.
This is good.
And the earth is flat and vaccines cause autism.
Oh no!
I love Lori.
I mean, dinosaurs, they're out of date,
they are out of date. That's true.
They're gone.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, that was a fun game. I liked
That was
it.
a fun game. I liked it too.
Great.
Do you have a final little segment for us?
Actually, I do.
Great.
It's just a one would you rather,
Okay.
and it's just about who you would rather date.
Oh,
Would you rather date a cowboy or a lawyer?
Lawyer.
Cowboy.
Of course.
Yeehaw. Of course, she says.
of course.
Goodbye, everyone.
Giddy
Bye.
up.
Thanks for listening.
I'm marching, cause I'm gonna
Theme music by Jaden James and the Hunger. Logo by Christian Hagen. Edited by David Gucci. If you want more of our hypothetical content, join our Facebook group or like our posts on Twitter or Instagram or give us some stars and a review on iTunes or wherever the heck you get your podcasts.
Break up with your boyfriend.
Break up with your cowboy.